Good morning, CCL. How's everyone this morning? Hope everyone's relaxed and hunkered down for the weather, knowing that we are all protected, that we all have electricity and gas, and that we do not have to worry about any of that. So we can let go of all of that and be present to the service. So welcome. We have practitioners around the Zoom that are holding the high watch so that we can give them all of the junk and let go and let God and be present to this moment right here, right now. So I'm going to start off with the announcements. I'd like to thank Reverend Ken for the Zoom ministry, Reverend Ken and Renee Davis. Thank Regina for co-creating this service with me. Thank Reverend Dave Schpok for being here doing the talk. I'd like to thank Marty for doing just got the spotlight, for doing the spotlighting and all that kind of good stuff. I'd like to thank everybody who's here. Glad you're safe and warm. And the St. Matthew community event tomorrow night, I got to let you know. I'll let you know about that because I'm not for sure. I've gotten conflicting things and I haven't gotten an email for sure that it was canceled, but I was told that for the most part it's canceled. So we're gonna let that go. Reverend Ken Davis, every second and fourth Sunday of the month leads A Course in Miracles from 7 to 9. Every second and fourth Monday of the month, every month. So if you can, join him. He's brilliant. He knows A Course in Miracles backwards and forwards. And thank you for doing that, Ken. I want to bring Marty up real quick to talk about the season for peace and nonviolence.
Thank you, Paul. Let's see if I can spotlight myself here.
Spotlight yourself. Let me see if I can do it.
Okay.
I think if you push the
Yeah.
little camera on the top
Okay.
of the screen.
I have to turn my camera on. Good morning, folks. Just a reminder that starting January 31st, and for us it will be the first Sunday in February, we're starting the season for peace and nonviolence. It's a 64-day period of reflection regarding peace and nonviolence. It's something that we've been doing here at CCL for over 20 years now, and we'll be putting messages in each weekly email with some thoughts for reflection on different aspects of peace and nonviolence. And we invite you to contact either June or myself if you would like to have an active role in this over the course of the next 9 weeks until April 4th. So January 31st is the date of death of Gandhi, and April 4th is the date of death of Martin Luther King Jr. And so we particularly spotlight those two gentlemen who have been instrumental in sharing this message of peace and nonviolence throughout the world. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank God. The St. Matthew Food Pantry is an ongoing association with us and with them. The Food Pantry happens the first and third Monday of each month from 11 to 12, from 12 to 2 and from 5 to 7. And so we can donate supplies and food for St. Matthew. We can also, they take financial contributions. Also, there's at the front door of St. Matthew is the Little Blue Food Pantry, and it's open for giving and receiving. So if you need food, it's there. If you want to bring food, we can fill that up also. People, when they're not doing when the food pantry's not open, it's open for people who need it to come and take as they need. Mark your calendar. February 11th, we're starting a new class called Ask the Minister. Reverend Christina and I are going to facilitate this class. It's a class of questions. Everybody that's coming to the class, it's an open forum. We realized that during the foundations that some of the side topics that we got off on the side were extraordinary. So, and then we'd start the conversation there. So it's facilitated by Reverend Christina and I, and it's from all of the answers are from Science of Mind. That's where we're bringing it's for you to be able to use this in your daily life. So come join us. The cost is $20 a class. We're starting off with 4 classes. It's an hour and a half from 7 to 8:30, starting on the 11th, February 11th. And if we decide as a group that we want to do a couple more, we'll do a couple more. So come join us. It's an open forum. We're going to ask, answer your questions about what's going on in your life and how we can use Science of Mind to help, to facilitate a great life. So come join us. We're going to do it all on Zoom. The nights are happen quick, so we don't want people driving and stuff. So we're going to do it on Zoom. The solar energy, community solar energy program is still happening. It will happen until May. So if you haven't signed up, it's a wonderful way it's a win-win-win. CCL gets $150. Whoever participates in the program gets 31% off of their energy bill, off their electric bill, and we save the environment. We're using electric instead of coal, so it's a win-win-win. So if you can get in touch with Marty, we also have cards that you can give out to friends and family. So give it out to anybody you can, so we can get this out there. The Zoom ministry, you will get emails about, because since Reverend Christina is on vacation, the times have changed, the days have changed. It's still 12 o'clock, but you'll get emails about when, because people are filling in, basically, and you'll get emails about that. Tithing, we got the auto tithing now. So if you can set up an auto tithe, it's that much easier for CCL to track what our finances are and stuff. So and it's easier for you too. It just automatically gives. So do that. And Sharon, you're up.
All right, thank you, Paul.
Sure.
So I'd like to welcome everyone to the service today and invite you to close your eyes and just take a big deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth, and settle into your comfy chair or wherever you're watching the service today as the snow pours down out of the sky. This is a prayer, a spiritual mind treatment and song. I hope you enjoy. God is all there is. God is. God is all there is. God is. Recognizing what is true lives in me, lives in you. God is all there is. God is. God is. I am one with God. I am one with God. I accept and I embody all this good. It's right ever need, all I need. I give thanks, I accept my good. I give thanks and I accept my good. All appreciation flows from my heart, my spirit knows. I give thanks, I accept my good, all is good. I release it all into the one. I release it all into one. Letting God and letting go, we are living in life's flow. I release it all into the one. Amen. 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 'Cause God is all there is. God is. God is all there is. God is. I am one with God, and so every seed in mind is sown. God is all there is. God is. God is.
Thank you, Sharon. I forgot to thank Sharon for being here and saying thank you. Lovely to have you here.
Good to be here.
Let's bring up Regina to do our universal prayer.
So for the universal prayer, I'm going to make the statements, and Reverend Paul will represent all by repeating after me. I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and peace.
I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and peace.
I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and joy.
I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and joy.
I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and complete health.
I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and complete health.
I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and abundance.
I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and abundance.
Thank you.
And so it is. So after that affirmation, let's all take a nice deep breath. Breathing in the breath of God, letting go of the hubbub of the day, and relaxing into this moment, this presence of the presence. Knowing that the divine is our support, our love, our peace. That God is that source of all the good and more good in the universe. And that it is ours at any second of any day. Knowing that the divine orchestrates this entire service. That we can relax and be. And know that the divine is completely supporting us, completely loving us, completely guiding us. So that we get to just sit back and be, that we get to stay in our homes and be warm and know that we are completely taken care of, that our electricity works beautifully and the heat works beautifully also. That we let go and let God, that infinite power in the universe, that unconditional love, knowing that Reverend Paul and Regina and Reverend Dave Schpok all step up aside and allow the divine to flow through. That Sharon is the voice in the hands of God. And that this beautiful music flows to and through her. That we are all taken care of. that there's nothing to worry about, that we let go of all worry, doubts, limitations, and just be in this space of the divine, knowing that it is all completely orchestrated by God. And we let go and let God. And together we say, and so it is.
So it is.
Thank you, Paul. Come to you with longing, come to me sing. I come to you a song in my mouth. Let us praise each name. For everywhere I look, in every eye I see, bathing in His presence, all we need is to be. All we need is to be. I come to you creating, I come to you a blooming hearts.
I like this song.
I come to you a seeker, come to break this fear apart. For everywhere I look, in every eye I see, bathing in His presence, all we need is to be. All we need is to be. I come to you in silence, I come to you a mirror, open in this moment to the here and here and here. For everywhere I look, in every heart I see, bathing in His presence, all we need is to be. All we need, everywhere I go, in every heart I see, bathing in His presence, all we need is to be.
Beautiful, Sharon. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I'd like to bring up Regina to do our inspirational reading.
This is God turns to us as we turn to Him. It's in Science of the Mind by Ernest Holmes. The parable of the prodigal son constitutes one of the greatest spiritual lessons in the history of religious education. It is an attempt on the part of the great teacher to show that God turns to us as we turn to him, that there is a reciprocal action between the universal and the individual mind, that the Spirit is ready to help us whenever we turn to it. The greatest lesson we have to learn is the unity of love and law, the necessity of law in shaping a divine individuality, and the necessity of experience in awakening to this divine individuality. God is love and God is law. The love of God is omnipresent and the law of God is omnipresent. The love of God is the divine givingness, the eternal outpouring of spirit through which says that we can have only what we take. Since this taking is a mental and spiritual as well as a physical act, we can take only that to which we are receptive. Jesus taught that it is done unto us as we really believe. The thought is ever father to the act. Thank you.
And so it is.
Oh, it is.
So let's affirm that. If everybody will stay muted and repeat after me, Regina's gonna repeat after me for you so we can hear it. But repeat after me. God turns to us as we turn to God.
God turns to us as we turn to God.
There is a reciprocal action between the universe and the individual mind.
There is a reciprocal action between the universe and the individual mind.
God is ready to help us whenever we turn to it.
God is ready to help us whenever we turn to it.
The love of God is the divine givingness.
The love of God is the divine givenness.
The eternal outpouring of spirit through its creation.
The eternal outpouring of spirit through its creation.
And so it is.
And so it is.
So I'd like to invite you all to, if you know the song, to sing along with me in your comfy spot. This is a Ricky Byers song that I love, and I don't think I've ever performed it, so yay. okay.
Beautiful, Sharon. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Beautiful as always. So I've known Reverend Dave Schpok for, man, many years. We met at the Center for Conscious Living many years ago. Uh, he's been a dear, dear friend of mine, been a huge supporter of me and my ministry and my consciousness. He in his daily life, is it graphic designer?
Close enough.
Okay, all right. Dave actually did that logo.
Spirit
He
did that
created that
logo. I
logo
just
for the
got to.
what?
Spirit did the logo. I was just the hands.
Yes, yes, yes. But it hadn't been for your connection, it would not have come through. So thank you. He's also done the logo for Anton, Affiliated New Thought Network, our logo for the different retreats and stuff. But today he is here in the capacity of expressing God just brilliantly. That he is a consciousness, a beautiful expression of the divine. He helped create New Thought Philadelphia. He was one of the two people who created New Thought Philadelphia, and he is here with us, and I thank God. I love this man dearly. I give you Reverend Dave Schpok.
Thank you so much, Paul. Now I got to live up to that. Oh my goodness. Good morning, CCL. It's good to be home for a visit again. So I was thinking as we were getting started that as always happens with these spiritual celebrations, you don't really see the behind the scenes stuff, but the reading comes together and the songs come together and they do my talk before I get a chance to, which is great pre-gaming. I love it. It's wonderful. And it allows me to just get into some of the details. So I was thinking about this. So we're going to do a little talking about God, spirit, whatever we want to call it. It's that power that is the allness of life, the infinite love intelligence that is permeating and saturating everything that has existence with the goodness of its being right now. And so the good news of that is each one of us is wholly of God. Put the H or the W in front of it, however you like, they both work. Okay, so we are all some expression of a divine idea, and that divine idea of each one of us is perfect, whole, and complete always. Must be, for it is the perfection of the infinite known in an individual form. And the great news is, and I'm going to get this clear because spiritual mind treatment is one name, affirmation is another name, affirmative prayer is a third name. Then we can call it practical prayer, which is my fave, because it's something that we practically do to get to be and experience something else. And then as I've gotten older in this teaching and wiser, I hope, I just call it prayer because that's what happens is we come to an idea and we bring ourselves to some logical realization of a truth that already exists. We don't have to create it. We're just recognizing it and opening our lives to receive that good by recognizing that and speaking it out loud. And that's what the reading was talking about. We claim our good, right? And that's what we do. Whether we got to rent a consciousness and have a practitioner work with us to get to a different place than we're experiencing right now, or whether we have moved within ourselves to express some newness that we would like to experience in life and come to the first step of that. The first step of that is to have the clear idea of where we want to be. Often that's a little more difficult than we would like it to be because there are so many choices. There are limitless choices to be made in life of where we want to be and what we want to be experiencing next. So we move to prayer. We get a clarity to that. Maybe you work with a practitioner, maybe you work with a minister, maybe you work with your friend, maybe you work within yourself to get an idea of where we want to go. And then we start praying about it because that's what we do. We, as metaphysicians, as practitioners, and all of us are practitioners. Whether you got a license or not, you're using this power. It is the truth. It is a law, and everybody is always using it. So it unfolds to the level of your belief and receptivity. Okay? Now that's the clarity part of it. So how come I ain't getting mine? I got this clear idea that I want to be healthy and vibrant and feel, like the essence of life flowing through me joyously. And how come I've got a cold? I'm just going to use really mild form because we know that there are conditions that are out there that bring a lot more trauma to the consciousness of them. But let's use a cold. Okay. So I prayed for the cold to go away because I am in balance. I am in harmony. That's the natural state of things. That's the truth we're working with. That the normal state of a human being is one of homeostasis. And homeostasis just means in balance within ourselves so that we can express our vitality wholly. So I've had this thought for a long time that we can turn to God on the purple pillow. It's great. We do some meditation, we're feeling the good, we're getting there. We can see the truth finally, right? We've revealed the truth within our own consciousness, that the truth of our being is that we are whole, perfect, and complete expressions of a divine idea. you know, and how do we move beyond that? So like, okay, God will turn to us, not when we turn fully to it, when we begin to turn to it. For it knows that infinite allness is omniscient, knows everything, and it knows as soon as you've got a little bit of willingness to turn towards that solution, it's going to come at you full force. Here it goes, the full power of God in your life right now. Actually, it has to be in your life right now because God's here everywhere in its fullness, including, and not, it can't be, it's everywhere except the 3 feet around me. It has to be everywhere or it's not. So we believe that there is God. We believe that there is a power we are working with. So the next step of that is how do we turn towards this new idea that we have got? We were talking about health. So what's the first thing you do? Go get some Dayquil. Because God is in the Dayquil too. God is in the physician. God is in the pill. God is in the procedure. God is in everything. It's like, the old story about the guy waiting, in a flood situation in his house for God to save him, and the water is rising and a boat comes by and says, jump in, you know? And he says, no, no, God's going to save me. And then it rises. Now he's on the second floor, and another boat comes by and says, jump in, and he says, no, God's going to save me. And now he's on the roof and a helicopter comes by and says, come on, man, the water's almost where you are. God's going to save me. I'm good, right? And then he drowns and everybody goes, what happens? He gets to wherever the next place is and says, how come you didn't save me? I said, I sent you 2 boats and a helicopter. Why'd you say no? So use what is available to us in its fullness, knowing that whatever activity that we are taking to bring about is our turning towards spirit to fulfill the rest of it. Now, we can have miraculous healings instantaneously. There is nothing wrong with that. It happens all the time. I got a question for you. Do you believe it? Because everybody can act as Jesus acted. Everybody can do that, but you got to believe as Jesus believed with the allness of your being. You have to be able to express that in the truth of your being in this moment, and it will happen. So I got a lot to cover, and I want to make sure we touch base on it all. There are basically 5 areas of life that human beings work in, right? Especially from a spiritual aspect. There's health. We've talked about that. There's wealth. We're going to talk about that shortly. There's relationships. Everybody wants better ones of those, right? Because that's where the real rub hits, you know? Um, there's creative expression, and that covers everything from cleaning out your junk drawer and organizing it to creating masterpieces of art of your life or of a painting or whatever. It's the creative expression working through you. And then finally, there's spiritual awareness, because news is you're not going to get any more spiritual than you are right now, right? Because every part of you is some part of God. You're as spiritual as you're ever going to get. But it is up to us to raise our consciousness to be aware of that. So let's go back a step to wealth. Now, what wealth is talking about, it is the flow of abundance and good in our lives as we recognize it. It's money, it's gifts, it's things, it's the flow of material substance in our lives. And it is a flow. And if we are standing on the hose, you are not going to be able to take a drink of that wonderful abundance that is flowing all around us and all through us. So, how do we jumpstart that? How do we prime the pump, so to speak? And I'll get into this definition a little bit, because not how many of us here have actually used a water pump? Okay. So I have, and a few people have. I see some hands, but one of the things they used to do when there were a lot of hand water pumps around is they'd leave a cup of water sitting next to the pump. Because what happens is the seals on the pump dry out, and you can pump and pump and pump, and nothing happens. So you got to pour the cup of water in there to get the seals a little wet, so it creates the suction that allows you to pump and pump, and water starts flowing. So how do we prime the pump in wealth? Well, it's very simple. Give something. Time, treasure, talent. Give of yourself without expecting anything. But watch. Watch how that comes back to you. Be aware. Bring your consciousness into the awareness of, I have given freely. Wow, it's going to be great to see what comes back. And be aware of it. So that's how we prime the pump and raise our consciousness. You want to be insanely wealthy, or actually sanely wealthy nowadays, but you want to enjoy the goodness of wealth, the goodness of lots of money to play with, to share, and to use, right? So tithe. It's that simple. Take 10% of whatever you're receiving and give it to the source of your spiritual foundation. And watch how the pump being primed, the flow will move forward, because God has already given all there is to give. It is for us to open to receiving it. And when we break through our fear of financial insecurity and lack and limitation that has been brutalized into us without healing, then we begin to heal the consciousness that we have that there is some lack going on. For there isn't. There is an infinite supply of substance forming itself in myriad ways. Go count the grains of sand on a beach. Think of the stars in the sky. Think of I love this, the Hubble Ultra Deep Field Shot, and now the Webb Ultra Deep Field Shot. Go take a look at it. All those little stars, they're galaxies. That was taken in an area of space they thought was blank, that if you held the ratio is, if you held a grain of sand at arm's distance, that's what you would be seeing. Think of that in a 360-degree sphere. You think there's a lack of stuff? Change the consciousness. Let's move on to relationships. Relationships are one of those areas where I would like to say that I am at peace all the time, but that would not quite be true. Like I'm at peace with everybody except that guy who just cut me off. I'm at peace with everybody except the other one barking in my face at work. So relationships are where we desire to be loved, appreciated, known, respected, intimate, all of those things that make us feel the warm love that is around. And if I break up, Paul, give me a text message because sometimes in the winter the internet connection goes a little wonky. Um, so how do we get there? Of course, pray. I am open to receiving love. I am open to being love. I am, get your mind in the right place first. Have the new thought, right? About how you want to be experiencing this love. And then open yourself up to it and take a little action. Turn towards spirit. So, if you're lonely and you want to have a relationship and you're friendless, God forbid, and we want to have a relationship when we're sitting there at home watching TV on Friday night is not necessarily turning towards God in terms of finding a relationship. I mean, God's working for you. Send a boat. Here's an opportunity. That last invitation you got to a party that you turned down. Well, maybe there's another boat coming along because God's got a lot of boats, and allow yourself to take a step. If that's too much, then just try something really simple. It's Wawa spirituality. Hold the door for the next person going through and bless them in your heart, just to prime the pump, to get it moving, to get into the flow of love, to be part of that infinite love of expressing love. For again, as we give, so we receive. And as we get more conscious of giving and receiving, it's amazing how our negativity reduces a little bit at a time, or like that if you're good at it, but a little bit at a time, it's taking that deep breath, stopping in the middle of some challenging situation and saying, God, what should I do here? And listen for 30 seconds, because believe me, the argument will not die off in 30 seconds. Maybe it will. Maybe, like it's all good to be open to the good of evidencing in your life. But when we turn towards this, maybe the next thing out of your mouth is going to be something that surprises even you because it's God talking to bring healing to a situation. And as we open up to that, larger love becomes available. The consciousness of love grows, and that growth allows us to do more and be more, to be fearless, and to experience the deep spiritual intimacy of giving and receiving with another human being. Creative expression, and as I said when I first mentioned this, is the entire gambit of being creative. Now, a lot of people say, well, I'm not creative. I'm sorry you are, because you're right now being a practitioner using your thoughts to create a new experience in your life or the repetition of one you've already had. So you are creating an experience, whether you like it or not. It is happening. That thought there is a universal law that is responding to every single thought that we have. When I heard that the first time, I almost quit this. But you can't put the genie back in the bottle. It's like, okay, all of my thoughts are creating a reaction. My one saving grace was I said, okay, that one was happening somewhere around Alpha Centauri. It's a big universe. It doesn't have to happen in my immediate area if I have those thoughts, but I try to correct them more often, to allow creativity to flow into and through us. And whether that creativity, as I said, is just doing some small, what seems to be a chore, you are creating a different thing. Or maybe something is drawing you to something wonderfully large that seems like beyond your dream right now of being able to do, but that there's this draw that's pulling you towards it. I need to go and be something else, find purpose, find activity that moves in that direction. And again, it's priming the pump. Take the first step, turn towards spirit. Spirit will provide all of the opportunities that are required for you to take this goodness that you already have Every one of us has an individualized gift of spirit to share with the world. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here because God requires each one of us right here, right now, to be the individuals that we are so that it can experience self as us in an individualized form. The allness of God can't individualize anything. It's not going anywhere. It's got nowhere to go. It's everything, you know? Where would it go? If it went somewhere, it wouldn't be everything. Hence, not God. Okay. So we're moving within and living and having our being within God, and we allow it. We allow it to come forward through us in all of the channels. Now, let's get to the trump card. No pun intended. Spiritual awareness. This is truly the trump card because if you work on this one, all the rest of them fall into place like dominoes falling down after you've set them up. And you can go as deep down this rabbit hole as you want. And it's a wonderful rabbit hole. It's a warm, fuzzy warren of goodness that is waiting for us down this rabbit hole because this is about allowing our consciousness to know the good that is happening everywhere, always, through us, around and around everything. So we raise our consciousness, and this is real simple. Meditate. Take 3 minutes if you have trouble. My beloved sister, who is very much like my beloved mother, has a very rational mind. And she has a tendency to meditate with one eye open because she's got that kind of mind. It just jumps around. Mine did too for a very long time. It may seem like it's very difficult to sit down, not move, focus on your breath. The way I was taught was very simple. Just close your eyes, sit quietly in a comfortable position. I use a purple pillow, in fact. But it could be a chair. It could just don't do this horizontally because meditation has a great way of putting you to sleep if you are horizontal. So you sit there and you just close your eyes and you focus on the feel of your breath. Whether you're breathing through your nose or your mouth, feel the air breathing in and out. Feel the change in temperature, the little tickle that happens when you breathe in over your lips. Focus your awareness in on that and just keep it focused there. And every time you find yourself planning the breakfast menu or brunch date or grocery list or to-do list, just remind yourself lovingly that you are now focusing on your breath and return your attention to the sensation of the breathing. That's the best way to start. Do it for 3 minutes a day to start. By the time you've done this for a year, you're going to want to meditate for half an hour a day, maybe twice, maybe more, whatever works for you. It's a wonderful thing because until we get still, it's very, very difficult unless God is using a 2x4. Happens on occasion. When necessary, time to correct. Okay, wake up. We all get those moments once in a while. But it's very difficult to listen to that still small voice, hence the name still small voice, right? That is telling us what is the best expression of spirit that we can be now. Not next week, not even 15 minutes out, right now. And when we hear that, we have this direction of going, what to do. It's the instruction is right there. If you start with the prayer of how may I be of service and love, it's going to come to you. All the opportunities, because prayer works. It really does. Try it. What do you got to lose, right? So if you're praying, I'm going to give you one other little tip. Don't pray for patience and tolerance. This is a trap. If you pray for patience and tolerance, how will you know you have it? Because you get stuck in really long lines and people yell at you and you find yourself calm. So if you really need to get somewhere, Pray for pray for divine order unfolding or some such, you know. And if where you want to get is into a deeper spiritual awareness, pray for truth to be shown you in unequivocal terms. Because as we deepen our belief, what we begin to call faith, a belief in that which is unseen, becomes real in our lives and makes itself seen. Now, all of those, that's the area of human endeavor. Covers everything. Those 5 areas of working. If you start on the spiritual side of it, everything else will align itself appropriately by deepening your spiritual awareness. I suggest that path, but many of us are not there. Many of us have immediate concerns that we want to deal with. So pick which area of it is, then pick the aspect of God that is the truth back of that area that you seem to be experiencing something that requires healing in, right? And begin with the prayer of thought and then do something in that direction. Because as easily as we can bring this about, we can also cancel out all of the stuff that we're working on. To go back to health for a moment, it's wonderful to recognize your divine being in perfect order, that assimilation, circulation, and circulation is happening perfectly within your being, but then don't go and order the double-loaded bacon cheeseburger. You know, as good as that sounds, and it does sound good, you know, that may not be the healthiest choice. And it may, in fact, be canceling out your desire to live vibrantly with the vitality of spirit in your life. So let yourself be guided in all of these areas to what is next. But the real crux of the biscuit is that you have to be honest with yourself to start. We can only begin where we are. And many of us, myself included, are so beaten up by life, so harmed and in need of healing, so traumatized by the experiences that we have had, that we actually need to start working with somebody else to heal those wounds before we can begin to experience the good. And that healing in itself is the part that moves us into a greater expression of life. See, I know that each one of you, here and everywhere, is an individualized expression of a divine idea that is perfect, whole, and complete now and always. And the reason it may not be showing up right now can be healed, which is the revealing of the truth of who and what you are, as that divine aspect of God individualized here and now. And when that awareness comes about, the one-step prayer, I know this is so, begins to appear in your life. Be that which you wish to experience. At least turn towards that which you wish to experience and allow God to do all the heavy lifting. It's got the power. It created all of this, from that small particle of sand to the vastness of the known universe and beyond. It created all of this. And we can understand the laws by which it works. It's not that mysterious. It is blissful, and it is available to us in each moment. So please, avail yourself of it. Namaste.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Reverend Dave. It was beautiful, as always. So now I'm going to do a treatment, practical prayer, prayer for our prosperity, okay? Because it's the offertory point in our service. So I'm going to exemplify exactly what he said, okay? So everybody close your eyes and take a nice deep breath. Concentrate on my voice and feel right now. Feel the presence of the divine, knowing that God is our complete source of well-being, that all the good in the universe comes from the divine. all the good, all the peace, all the joy, all the prosperity, all the health, all the equanimity, all of the love and the beauty, the peace which passeth all understanding, all of the good of the divine flows to and through everything. There is no spot where God is not. That divine presence, that divine infinite power, the only power in the universe is the divine. That giving, that understanding, that compassion, that guidance, that awareness, that truth that flows to and through everything starts with the divine. It emanates from the divine. Everything lives and moves and has its beingness in God. Everything. So that infinite power flows to and through everything and including us. We are one with that infinite power, that infinite presence, that infinite prosperity, that infinite givingness, that infinite unconditional love. And we are one with all that God is. We are the beloved of the beloved. That we cannot be separated from the divine. There is no separation. It's all God. It's all us. It's all everything. It's all the divine presence. And there's no other place to be. We can't be any other place because God is everywhere. And we are one with all of the good of God. And it flows to us easily and effortlessly. It flows to us by divine right, by divine givingness, by divine love. So we stand, we stand in this knowingness that we are open and present to all of the good, all of the prosperity, all of the love of the divine. We open to it now. We prime that pump. We pour that cup into the pump, knowing that we're centering ourselves in the divine, opening to that love, opening to that prosperity. So in this openness, I know that everyone is deserving of infinite prosperity. That we are one with that infinite abundance of prosperity, which is the divine. There is no pie, there is no piece, there is no part. So that the amount that we take is infinite. So we're not depriving anybody of their part because there is no part. It is all infinite abundance, infinite prosperity. So I declare right here, right now, that all of us, this entire congregation and every soul on this planet is open and receptive to that divine prosperity. That money flows to us easily and effortlessly from many different venues. And we're open to all of them. We're open up to the divine presence, to the divine infinite knowingness, to the divine givingness. We don't know how this money is coming to us. That's not our job. Our job is to open to that infinite love, prosperity, givingness. And we do that now. That we open to that infinite abundance of money. And we know to the core of our being, we let go of any doubts, any limitations, any lack. We let go of all of those thoughts and stand in the thoughts of prosperity, of the divine givingness, of this abundance of money that is ours by divine right. Give us this day our daily bread. The divine has already said it. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. So there's nothing to want because it's all given to us. And it's now the opportunity to open to that infinite abundance. And we step into it with both feet, with our whole heart. We step into this abundance, this prosperity, which is ours by divine right. And I give thanks for this. I give thanks for this abundance that is ours, this prosperity, this money that flows to us now in this moment because we're open and present to it. That flow is the divine. And it flows to us and it flows out from us. That we receive this abundance of money, this infinite possibility of money, and we give. We give out into the world. We are the hands and feet of the divine. The divine gives to us, and we reciprocate by giving. It is a flow, and we give thanks for this flow, and we honor this flow. That it comes in and it goes out, and it comes in and it goes out. And we know that it is a constant and ever-flowing flow. It only stops if we stop it. So we declare now that there is that complete, infinite abundance of flow, and that it flows in, and we give and give and give. And as we give, it is replaced. As we give, it's replaced. The abundance is our consciousness. It's us to open to that abundance, and we open to it now, and we give thanks. We give thanks for the divine flow, for that flow of prosperity, that flow of love, that flow of peace. We give thanks for this beautiful life that we live. We give thanks for all of the prosperity and money that flows to us from many different venues. We give thanks. We open and give thanks and give. We give from that space of the divine. And we give thanks. And I release this word into the action of the law, knowing that God always says yes. We let go of any doubts, fears, limitations, and know that God is giving and giving and giving and giving and giving. And we are receiving and receiving and receiving and giving and receiving and giving. We let go and let God do the job of all of the universal shifting, all of the work. And we are open and present to that divine receiving. So we let go, we let God, and together we say, and so it is. So in this consciousness, it is an opportunity to give to this beautiful entity, this beautiful consciousness called CCL. So we give in abundance because we know that we are receiving in abundance. As we give, we do receive. It is a flow, and we give to the Center for Conscious Living this beautiful organization, this entity, this consciousness that provides us our spiritual sustenance. It opens us to that divine presence. It reminds us of our love, our infinite connection with the divine. Reminds us of our oneness with all that is, reminds us of our prosperity, reminds us, give us this day our daily bread. We come here Sunday after Sunday, and the message carries us through the week. So we give to this beautiful entity, which is the Center for Conscious Living. And so it is. So we're going to affirm this giving by the blessing of our offering. So if you'll repeat after me, thank you, God, for this abundance that is mine to share. I bless this gift and give it to thee in gratitude and joy, knowing that as I give, I do receive. And Marty's going to bring up the QR code so that you can take your phone and put it on photograph, and you'll set it up to the QR code. Marty, can you set that up for us? Bring it up. Spotlight that.
I'm doing it now, Paul. It'll take us.
Okay, no problem. And then all you have to do is take your phone. It'll have a yellow tag around it, and then push the button and then it'll go to Venmo, if you have Venmo. We also have text to give, and the text. Marty, do you have that? I apologize. There it is. Text to give, 866-608-7249.
And do you want any music during this time, Paul? Like I
Say that
have,
again,
do you want some music? I have two songs. I have One
please.
Tower and I have
Yep,
I Am
yep.
So Blessed. Which one would you
While
like?
people are doing the Venmo right there, you can please do that.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. You're muted, dear. Paul, you're muted.
Thanks. Thanks. So, giving thanks for all these abundance of gifts and ties that flow to the Center for Conscious Living from the divine through us. Giving thanks for all of the good and more good of the divine that flows to the Center for Conscious Living, knowing that we are abundant, that we are prosperous, and that this congregation is a waterfall of grace, prosperity, and peace to this beautiful organization, the Center for Conscious Living. And we say, thank you, God. And so it is. So I'd like to bring up, actually, she's right here, Regina. Is there anybody here for the first time? I'm sorry, Regina, you do it. Sorry.
This is, we call this the new visitor blessing. And we ask if we were in a space to acknowledge those that are here for the first time. We've also added to that anyone that is selling a birthday or an anniversary or any celebration of any type to enjoy this blessing. But having said that too, I also want to identify that this is a declaration of love by this community to those who are coming to us. So everyone else, so what we do is please hold out your hands in a blessing. So this is what we would do for the new friends and repeat after me. Welcome to the Center for Conscious Living.
Welcome to the Center for Conscious Living.
We are a heart-centered spiritual community.
We are a heart-centered spiritual community.
We open ourselves to you in love.
We open ourselves to you in love.
We recognize the perfection of God within you.
We recognize the perfection of God within you.
We celebrate the joyous being that you are.
We celebrate the joyous being that you are.
You are a radiant point of light.
You are a radiant point of light.
We are blessed by your presence.
We are blessed by your presence.
Welcome home.
Welcome home. Thanks for being here. We're going to bring Sharon up. Wait a minute. I'm gonna ask everybody, this is the peace song, and it's gonna sound like we're in a washing machine, but everybody unmute yourself and sing along, all right?
All right, here we go.
All right. So unmute and sing.
Let
There be
honor and
let it begin with me. Let there be peace and
with God
there's
in
the
our
power
power,
and
and
all we
there's
there's
perfect
wisdom
wisdom, perfect harmony.
let peace
Peace
in
be
with me.
with
Let this world
This
come out
wisdom
with
it
me.
now.
With every
Step
step
I
I
take,
take,
let this be my joyous vow, to take
each
each
moment
moment and live each moment
in
in
peace
peace and
eternally.
harmony.
let
Let
there
there
be
be
peace
There
on
be
earth.
peace,
Let it
peace
be.
on earth. Let it begin with me.
So now if everybody will mute yourself. Thank you, Sharon. And I want to bring up Regina to do our closing prayer, our benediction.
One of my favorite expressions is no space and no time. So we're going to experience the no space right now. So what I would like everyone to do is extend out your arms as if we're in this circle in our community and we're holding hands. Close your eyes. And I want you to picture this because we're standing in a circle, we're holding hands. The first sensation that we'll have is probably the warmth of the other hand, which is not a bad idea for today. But what we are experiencing now, if your eyes are closed, concentrate on this. There is energy flowing from one hand to the next as we go around the circle. And this is the energy of love. This is the spiritual energy that we have within us. And this is our experience. This is our no space experience because we are a community that shares. So keep this going, keep feeling this energy, keep feeling this warmth. And as you know, as I proceed with the benediction, it is a prayer of gratitude. And I'm sure before I start that, I'm sure that when anyone got up this morning, you have your own litany of gratitude statements going on. But for right now, let us express gratitude for Reverend Paul, Reverend Christina, and Reverend Dave for their service today. Let us express to Sharon the music that we have during our service. Let us express gratitude to the teams that support this service, either in person or in Zoom. We thank you so much. Let us express gratitude to each other for being in attendance and sharing these spiritual messages, sharing the feeling of this, knowing that it works to our heart. Keep that energy going because we're here together. There is no space. We can feel it. Let us express the gratitude, the immediate gratitude that we have of our local governments that are taking care of our streets. Let us express our gratitude to St. Matthew's for this space. Let us express gratitude to this community for the support that is given to each other, which is immeasurable and invaluable. Let us recognize and be grateful that we are beings of the divine, and that because we are of the divine, we are powerful beings. And our powerful beings, with gratitude, we can replace any fear in our hearts, replace it with love, compassion, and joy. That the powerful beings that we are, because we are of the divine, let us be grateful that we can replace the guilt and replace it with forgiveness and self-compassion. Let us be grateful for the power that is within all of us, which is demonstrated every time this community meets. because you provide the love and the compassion and the support to each other. And this is the power within. This is because we are of the divine, and it is free, and it is flowing, and it is beautiful. Let us be so grateful that we have knowledge of this. Let us be so grateful that we experience this. And let us be grateful that we want more. Let us be grateful for our experiences that teach us so much. Let us be grateful again for this community on a whole. Still feel that energy. I feel it. It is a blessing. It is a gift. And I thank God for everything. And I am deeply grateful. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, Regina. All right. We got our concluding affirmation. So everybody unmute and repeat after me. Is everybody ready? Everybody ready? Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
It is this thing called life.
It is this thing called
Called
life.
life.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my feet.
Life
It
is
is
in
in
my
my
feelings.
feelings.
Life is in all my activity.
Life
Life is in
all
all
my
my
activities.
activities.
I am it.
I
I
am
am
it.
it.
I share it.
I share it.
I
I share it.
receive it.
I receive it.
And I accept it.
And I
I
accept
accept
it.
it.
Just
How?
it is.
Just the way that it is.
Thank you, life.
Thank you,
Life.
And accepting all these wonderful gifts, we say,
Yes.
Yay!
All it is.
Woo!